Hello and welcome to my knife channel. Well, this is a follow-up on that Marbles Cattleman knife and what I was attempting to do to fix it, and what I'm basically calling this one is a design flaw. If you want these two nail nicks to be accessible from the same side, you should make them accessible. Now, if you look at this, I've got a little tip here. It's not touching me, but that means I could probably grind this kick down a little bit. I started grinding it down, but what I did was there's some spring play. And so if you push down on the spring, you can see how far you would have to go to get that accessible. And then when you do, this nail neck is no longer accessible. So you'd have to grind out a part of the bone and a part of all that. The way around this, there's a couple of ways. When they first designed this knife is put the nail nick for the main blade over here. You can leave everything the same. You don't have to modify anything, and you're able to get it. The way I'm able to open this thing up is mash that pin blade down and then grab this one. I mean, I can do it every time, but also the problem is, here's your kick. This is the kick. This is what you would be filing down. This is what I already started filing down. The problem is there's a raised pin right here. And if you get that kick low enough, when you drop the blade like this, it's going to hit that raised portion if you get it low enough. And it's going to produce a dent in your blade right there. Right there. Now, if it's a small dent, you can just grind down some more of your blade, and have less blade of it to, engage, and it won't happen. But when you can push this far, and you still have an issue with getting that, they should have made the height of this blade taller, so your neck can be up there and accessible, or the top of this spine ground down a little bit more. I mean, there's ways around it, but it requires removing metal and changing it around, so where this blade sits way the hell down here, and you've got to have a nick for it. I think the simplest way to fix this is, learn your knife and just grab it like that and just realize, well, it's going to be a pain in the butt if you do this. Or get over here and create your own nail nick. You're going to need a cutoff tool, like a Dremel tool with a side cut. You got to be careful. Also, when you're filing this, you don't have much room. So you can't get a really big stone or anything in there because you're going to start running into the bolster. So you've just really got a small area where you can go. And I think you can see that where the stone has hit the blade and put its own little nail nick in there, or a blade wrap. So I started doing this by hand and just checking it. Every once in a while I'd just do it, and then come back and look, and then I'd check for blade wrap, and then I'd file some more. And I realized, man, I'm going to have to file for a while. It's going to have to get down to probably about there before this is just generally acceptable. And even with it like that, yeah, that would work, but you're not going to have any access here. So, yeah, it's just the people that do have them, probably the tip of their blade is sitting down a little bit more, and it's like this, and they have to wedge their finger in to get that one. But I mean, you can see as it is, they're almost parallel with each other, the surface. There's no nail nick accessible from this side unless you mash down on this one. So I'm just going to say on this particular knife that it wasn't designed as well. How well you grind the kick down is critical on this particular knife to get to the secondary blade by just pulling one blade out at a time. It's a $13 knife. I really like the shield. I like the jimping. I like the blades and everything. I mean, it's a nice knife. It's just, if you buy one, just be aware that you're going to have issues. You're probably going to have issues. And if you don't have issues getting to your knife, you're lucky. I thought that mine was the only one like this, but other people are telling me that they have the knife in the same knife, and they have the same issue. And other people are telling me they have the same knife and they don't have an issue. So it's just 50-50 whether you want to put up with that or not. So anyways, there you go. I was just going to show you what I did to fix it, and I haven't fixed it. I started to try to fix it, and that was the issues that I was running into was, you know, you're going to start scratching your bolsters. Even if you get it lowered, then you're going to have a problem accessing the nail nick itself. You don't need a whole lot, but I mean, pushing it down that much, it's going to take quite a bit of metal, and you're still going to have to do this mash down to get to the nail nick. So sorry I couldn't give you a good answer on that one, other than buyer beware. If you buy this knife, just beware that you might have some issues getting to your main blade. Probably the easiest fix, I mean, not the easiest, but the best overall fix would be not to mess with the kick or anything, but to put another nail nick over here. So there you go. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.